You know who I am?
Anything you say. Anything you say.
It's official.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now this week, same old crap in the news. They just keep trying to block Trump and from doing what he needs to do to get things done. Democrats are evil. I saw the whole thing with the black kid with the cancer or whatever, and they talked shit on him. That was effed up, man. They made a fool of themselves the other day in Congress when whatever his name, Al Green or whatever, idiots. They're making themselves look stupid. And then the other big thing I saw was everybody's bitching about the new Harry Potter series that they cast Snape as a black man. If they do that, people aren't going to watch it. It's going to fail miserably. Anyways, enough of that. So as I've said before, even if you don't watch the channel regularly, you've only seen a couple videos or you don't watch it at all, it only takes 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. It doesn't affect you or your channel whatsoever. It just helps this channel grow. So please subscribe. Also, I have another channel. It's called Easy Does It. The link is in the About section. Check it out if you like gaming vlogs and reviews and reactions to other YouTube channels. Okay. Again, subscribe. Let's get on to what I really want to talk to you about this week. We are now on season 2 of the TV show called Monsters. And we're going to go over the first 8 episodes. The first one is called The Face. Basically, the story is, that you got these brothers who they're burglars. They show up in this old woman's home, and she's there, and she bites one of them, and they kill her. Well, later on, the oldest brother, he's kind of a douche. Where the lady bit him, her face starts growing on his arm and talking shit to him. His brother eventually whacks him, and then something happens to where he gets a scar on his back from his older brother when they got in the fight, when he whacks him or whatever. And then now the old lady and him, his older brother, their faces are like growing on his back, and that's the end of the episode. It was kind of dumb. Let's see, the second one's called Portrait of the Artist, and it's really dumb. It really is. You got this old man. He's taking care of this museum. He claims he don't know who the artist really is, and blah, but he's actually the artist. He's some kind of alien and there's this woman and detective, or a father and this woman. I'm not sure what she is. I can't remember. But they show up at the museum, and the alien ends up killing them both and making them part of his, art museum. He's kind of a serial killer. You have all the pictures are of dead bodies or people he's killed, including the man who came to the museum. He was looking for his daughter and found her or whatever as part of the display. But he ends up killing them both, and that's the end of the episode. The third one is called Bond of Silk. Basically, you have this newlywed couple who win this honeymoon suite room or whatever. But when they get there, they get locked in, and there's this giant spider web. Come to find out, there's a giant spider that they gotta fight. He dies, but she ends up killing the giant spider with the elevator. Go figure. That's the end of that episode. The fourth one is called Rerun. And basically you have this girl who's, she's drooling over this teenage TV star or some shit who's dead, but she somehow claims that she's been talking to him, his ghost or whatever, and that tells him he could come stay with her and blah blah blah, and she'll do anything for him. She has a friend who's a guy, like the nerd, that's into computers and shit like that. He's in love with her, but she don't see him. She don't look at him that way because he's not some hot stud. But anyways, come to find out, he escaped hell, and he needs, in order to complete the escape, he's got to send her soul to hell. But the nerd dude, he shows up and screws it all up for he's a fake TV jock, and he gets busted and they send him back to hell. That's the end of the episode. The fifth one is called Love Hurts. There's a black woman who's infatuated with a married guy. She doesn't care that his wife is pregnant. She still wants him to be her man, and so she creates this, or she delves into witchcraft and comes up with this spell. She even kills the witch who teaches her the spell, but she kills her and then uses the spell on this guy, but he ends up getting killed, and then he shows up like the living dead to do her bidding. It's messed up. Forever. The spell was he'd love her and do whatever forever, even when he's dead, so it's kind of messed up. The sixth one is called The Farmer's Daughter. Basically, it's this old couple, they live in this like cabin near this road where it has a sharp turn in it, and apparently there's been a bunch of salesmen that come around that turn and crash, and then the car's totaled, but they're able to come to the house, and then they tell them they ain't got a phone or no way of communicating with anybody, or they don't have a vehicle, and they'll just have to stay the night till the morning, and then they can walk in the town, which is a long ways. And they have a daughter upstairs, but the daughter's cursed. She's dead, and the only way she can break the curse is to get a guy to love her as being like some zombie creature. And at first she looks good, but then they touch her. She keeps saying, "Don't touch me," because when they touch her, she just starts falling apart, the flesh and stuff. One salesman shows up and he ends up dying trying to, get with her at first, and then he ends up dying. And then the cycle starts all over. Somebody else crashes and they try to do it again. The seventh one is called The Jar. It's kind of messed up. It's this innkeeper in the country. He lives next to the swamp, and there's these little creatures that kill people and just disintegrate them. It's weird. And then, he keeps them in jars and he sells them to people. One woman uses it to kill her husband or whatever. And then there's another guy, I can't remember if he's a private detective or something like that, but they both take a jar of the creature with them so they can kill others. It's money's involved, and I don't know. It was kind of cheesy. And then the eighth one is called The Demons. Richard Mole stars in this one. He starts out as the first demon, and he thinks he's conjuring up a demon, even though he looks like a demon. He's actually an alien. He conjures up someone from Earth who is a insurance agent. He promises Richard Mole he'll get him some money, because that's what the alien wants. So he goes back and he uses the same spell. He tricks Richard Mole to giving him the spell, and then he uses the spell to conjure up his own demon, but it's not really a demon. It's an alien that looks like a demon from another planet, and he's an insurance agent too. So they concoct something up, and then the second demon from the other world, the red one, he conjures up Richard Mole's character and puts him in a cage, which breaks the spell that Richard Mole had over the Earth insurance agent, and they consider themselves even. But then they start talking, because they're both insurance agents and they can't get anybody else to, talk to about insurance or whatever. It's pretty dumb. Anyways, that's your first 8 episodes. And they were, I just thought they were all silly. I've seen the whole let's kill this giant spider kind of thing before. None of these were actually very good. They were just terrible. I didn't think they were that good. But anyways, I give them all a thumbs up, or 2 thumbs down. I don't know, this second season's not starting off very well. But you can watch them if you want to. It's something to watch, but I'm telling you, I don't know, about some of the 90s shows were just really, really bad cheesy, like Canadian bad cheesy. Anyways, let's get on to your B-movie reviews. Okay, movieaholics, this week is Sci-Fi Week. And we are taking a look at a couple of 80s films. Well, about mid 80s. The first one is called Creature, and it was done in 1985. It is sometimes known as the Titan Find. It starred Slar Ivar and Wendy Shao. It only made about 8 million worldwide, so it wasn't really that big of a thing. Now, there were, back in the early 80s or so, there was a huge string of knockoff movies of the movie Alien. This was one of them. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was all that great either. The acting was okay. It wasn't like real bad acting or anything like that. It was just the special effects and crap like that were kind of cheesy. Basically, you have a group of people who are sent out like on a rescue mission or something, because apparently a team of miners or something ended up getting lost or something for this company, so they sent them out to, kind of like Alien, they sent them out to go find out what happened to him, if they could rescue him or not, if they needed help. So that's what they do. They're not told everything of what's going on, but they go out there and they find another group out there, another mining company, a German mining company, a ship from the German mining company, which they're rivals with apparently. They go to check out this German ship or whatever, and they find a bunch of dead people and something on board, and of course it starts killing them all one by one. Some type of alien. In the end, they blow up the alien, which they could have done at any time. I think there's only like, there's the captain and his love interest and the security guard, which is a woman, real thin, skinny woman. She's supposed to be like this badass. She doesn't really do anything throughout the entire movie except for help blow up the creature. She didn't even put the bomb on it. She just shot it. That was it. But yeah,
You know who I am?
Anything you say.
they're the last 3 survivors, and they leave the planet on the German ship instead of their, something happened to their ship and they couldn't take off on it. I mean, it was literally like I said, it's an alien knockoff. I mean, it's a very similar story, just a little bit different with the whole mining thing and them switching ships or whatever. But it's pretty much an Alien knockoff. Like I said, the acting wasn't terrible. It's okay. It's worth a one-time watch, I guess, if you like knockoffs. This was one of the more decent ones I've seen, where it's not really that bad. It's watchable. I give it a thumbs up and a thumbs down. It's alright. The next one I watched was called Forbidden World. It starred Jesse Venn and June Chadwick. Now this was also in other places called Mutant, and a few places it was called Subject 20, the title, but it's mainly known as Forbidden World. It was done in 1982, and it only made about 4 million worldwide. It didn't make that much. And this is actually a Roger Corman film. I mean, he didn't direct or anything, but he produced it. And you could really tell, because there are regurgitated scenes from, like, Battle of the Stars, that movie. I mean, a lot of the very beginning of the movie, you see the ships and the lasers and the sounds, and it's literally from that movie. Basically, the movie is, you have these group of scientists working on this planet. They have a station there on this planet, and they're working some top secret scientific project. Well, something went wrong, and the company, they call them the company, I don't know, they call in this guy that works for him, who is a fixer. You know, he fixes problems. So this guy, he has this robot called Sam, which is literally a person in a suit. But they go to this planet with the scientists, and they find out that the scientists are growing some, they call it a protein gene or some protein cell gene or some shit like that. But in order for it to work, it's some type of miracle cell. It reproduces, and I'm not sure what that's called, where the two cells split,
You know who I am?
and they end up replicating themselves. I think it's called osmosis or some shit like that. Anyways, that's what this protein cell or gene or whatever it is, proto, not protein, proto cell or gene does. They wanted to try an experiment where they spliced it with another type of cell, some kind of animal cell. Well, what they did was they took the main doctor, one of his cells, and put it together with the proto gene or cell or whatever. But anyways, it created a monster, like this mutant, who's highly intelligent, but it's cannibalistic. It wants humans as food. So it tries to kill them off one by one in this little station or whatever on this planet, observatory, lab, whatever you want to call it. In the end, I think it was just the main guy and one of the girls, the little ditzy brown haired girl. They're the last survivors. Now you do have some nudity and crap in this movie. You're not going to see it on YouTube. But they both wanted him as crazy. He sleeps with the blonde doctor. He starts to get around to sleeping with the little brunette too. After she just lost her boyfriend to the monster, she's going to screw him anyway, just for the hell of it. I was just like, whatever. It was so dumb. But a lot of your Roger Corman movies do that kind of shit. Degenerative behavior. But anyways, the acting was okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't really that good either. It was an alright movie, but it wasn't like anything fantastic or anything. The story was just your basic, monster kills everybody, trying to kill everybody, and then you have one or two survivors who kill the monster at the end. So, I don't know. It was alright, but it wasn't like spectacular. Them type of movies like the Alien movies are about the only type of movie like that I actually like. I've never watched another movie where there's a monster trying to kill everybody that I really liked. Anyways, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's worth a one-time watch, maybe. Both of these films are considered, even though they're cheesy as fuck, they're considered cult B classic movies. I don't know why. They weren't really that good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you this week. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you can think of any underrated or B movies that you think I may never ever heard of or seen, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below, and I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next time, I told you to be told the truth, and you just been told.